Jones AT&T Stadium was rocking this weekend as the Red Raiders kicked off their 2023 home schedule against a ranked team. Coming up, we'll have the details on this past weekend's showdown with number 13 Oregon.
The fall semester is officially underway, and with it comes some changes around campus. We'll have a look at how one facility is celebrating a new facelift and how the College of Engineering is marking a new era in its long history.
And Tech football wasn't the only Red Raider team in action over the weekend. We'll have highlights and the upcoming schedule for two of Texas Tech's women's teams.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Will Lanigan.
And I'm Max Bohannon. The Texas Tech football team made their fall 2023 debut over the weekend at Jones AT&T Stadium. The Red Raiders welcomed the number 13 ranked Oregon Ducks to town for a primetime showdown on network television.
Even though the team put up a fight, the home opener didn't end in the Red Raiders' favor. After a tough loss to start the season against Wyoming on the road, Texas Tech was hoping to get back on track with a win over a top 25 team. But the 13th ranked Ducks defense showed up when it counted, contributing to 4 costly turnovers, including a pick six with less than 40 seconds left in the game. Senior quarterback Tyler Shuck threw 3 interceptions in the loss, but he also had 3 touchdown passes and 282 passing yards. Shuck was also the leading rusher for the team, with 23 carries for 145 yards. In comparison, Oregon quarterback Bo Nix threw for just under 360 yards and ran for 49 more. At the end of the night, Oregon's offense was almost equal to the Red Raiders, but the last-minute touchdown, along with the defensive effort, sealed the win for the Ducks. Coming up later in sports, we'll have a look at highlights from Saturday's game and a preview of the Red Raiders' last chance to find a victory before the start of Big 12 conference play.
Texas Tech football may have stole the headlines over the weekend, but last week the university took time to highlight some changes as the fall semester heads into high gear. On Friday, University Student Housing invited the Tech community to a celebration at one of the campus's oldest resident halls. Starting at 2 p.m., a grand reopening event took place in the foyer of Bledsoe Hall. The all-male dorm recently underwent an 18-month renovation to update the 75-year-old facility.
We put in new carpet, new paint, new furniture, and in the actual rooms themselves, we've done new flooring, new furniture. Most of the rooms have their own vanity. A couple of them have private restrooms, but paint, blinds, and just kind of a little facelift.
Stephanie Laughlin, the Assistant Managing Director of Construction for Housing, says that renovation and repair projects take place all the time in the residence halls, but the amount of work varies at each location.
It depends on what's wrong. You know, sometimes it's not cosmetic, sometimes it's mechanical. And so like at Hewlett Clement, we did a bunch of mechanical work this past summer. So it's kind of what's the worst and the most needed is what gets taken care of.
Friday's grand reopening celebration included free cookies and drinks, along with tours and a visit by Raider Ed. Students could also enter a raffle for prize baskets that were given away during the event.
While students were enjoying the changes at Bledsoe Hall, another event took place on the other side of campus to officially welcome one of the university's newest administrators to Texas Tech. The Office of the President hosted a reception in honor of Dr. Roland Fowler, the new dean of the Whitaker College of Engineering. Dr. Fowler was announced as the lone finalist for the position by the university in June. Before coming to Texas Tech, Fowler served as the Executive Associate Dean of the College of Engineering at the University of California, Davis. The reception took place from 3:30 to 5 p.m. on Friday. The event was open to faculty and staff across the university. During the reception, attendees had a chance to personally meet Dr. Fowler and enjoy a variety of food and beverages. Fowler is the first new dean at the College of Engineering in more than 11 years. The position opened up after former Dean Al Sacco Jr. retired in the summer of 2022. Since the beginning of the year, the city of Lubbock has experienced 45 days of triple-digit temperatures, only 3 days less than the record of 48 days back in 2011.
But over the weekend, temperatures fell back into the 90s, and yesterday evening a storm front blew through the area, leading to some big changes today. So will the drop in temperatures become the norm as we near the official start of the fall? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV tower cam is currently showing partly cloudy skies this afternoon. Right now there's a bit more sunshine than this morning when overcast conditions help bring a cooler start to the area. The clouds have stayed around the area ever since a line of storms brought wind and rain through the city last night. Last night, showers added up to just over 1/10 of an inch of rain here on the Tech campus, but some areas east of the city saw as much as 1 inch of precipitation. Rain chances continue from now through the end of the week, with current predictions showing that Lubbock could receive as much as 1 inch between now and Wednesday afternoon. In addition, 1 inch more could be possible before the weekend. The other big change is in the forecast is in the temperatures. Right now, highs are in the low 80s, and we should see a slight climb near 90 degrees before the end of the day. Later this evening, temperatures will begin to drop off, with lows expected to fall into the 60s before midnight. Along with the cooler temps, rain chances across the area will increase into the early hours tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, the rain chances will remain in the forecast for most of the day, but the headline for Tuesday is a dramatic drop in temperatures. Tomorrow's high is currently expected to only reach the mid-60s, which could lead to the coolest day we've seen here in the hub city since midday. After tomorrow, temperatures will begin to rebound as we continue into the middle of the week, with highs climbing onto the low 70s on Wednesday afternoon. By Thursday, highs will reach near the 80-degree mark, but that will still be almost 30 degrees cooler than the 107-degree record high recorded at the airport last Friday. Looking ahead, rain chances in near 80-degree highs remain in the forecast until Sunday, with a slight increase in temperatures expected as we head into the next week.
As we mentioned earlier, the Red Raider football team extended their record for the 2023 season to 0-2 after a heartbreaking loss here in Lubbock on Saturday. Even in the loss, though, the team showed some glimmers of hope that may lead to success in the coming weeks. Tech came out strong early, forcing Oregon to punt in their first series, allowing the Red Raiders to score on the first drive of the game. The Ducks quickly took control, though, scoring 15 unanswered points, but Tech found the end zone at the beginning of the second quarter and held Oregon to only 3 more points up to halftime. In the second half, Tech's offense finally came to life, scoring back-to-back touchdowns and keeping the Ducks scoreless through the third quarter. Even in the fourth, the Red Raider defense forced Oregon to kick 2 field goals, which kept the team's chances alive until the last minute of the game. The Red Raiders had a solid opportunity to win the game with over 30 seconds left on the clock when Oregon's Jeffrey Bassa picked off Tyler Shuck for a 45-yard interception for a touchdown. Even in the loss, head coach Joey McGuire says the team had started a new week on a positive note as they head into week 3 of the season.
I feel like we're going to have a great preparation during the week of getting ready for Tarleton State. I was proud of the way the guys came in. It's going 0-2 and the expectations. Sometimes teams come in and they're hanging their head and they can feel sorry, or we can feel sorry for ourselves. And this is not the time to feel sorry for ourselves. This is the time to correct the things that we can control, that we can correct, and get a win. And so we're excited about that. And man, I'm just glad we are playing at home again.
As Coach McGuire mentioned, Texas Tech football will remain home this weekend, taking on Tarleton State at Jones AT&T Stadium. Tarleton is currently on a 2-game winning streak, but the Red Raiders will be the first and only Power Conference opponent the Texans face this year. Kickoff for Saturday's game is set for 6 p.m. with TV coverage on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
Tech football may be off to a rough start, but another Red Raider team is currently unbeaten as they prepare to head into Big 12 play. The Texas Tech women's soccer team racked up their 6th win of the season last night as they beat Arizona State 1-0. The win came in the 72nd minute as Captain Hannah Anderson knocked in the winning goal to secure the victory for the Red Raiders. Goalie Madison White also had a program record 30th clean sheet, keeping the Sun Devils off the board through 90 minutes of play. Sunday's win ends the preseason schedule with a 6-0-2 record. The Red Raiders now head into their conference schedule, meeting up with new Big 12 opponent Houston at home on Thursday. The match is set to start at 7 p.m. at the John Walker Soccer Complex, weather permitting.
Another Texas Tech women's team is getting ready for conference action with one final weekend of preseason competition. The Tech volleyball team will meet up with two Texas teams and another regional rival as they head to the Metroplex for the SMU Doubletree Invitational this weekend. The Red Raiders will start off on Friday with a matchup with host SMU at 7 p.m. On Saturday, LSU will be Tech's next opponent with tip-off set for 2 p.m. And on Sunday, the Red Raiders will finish tournament play against Texas A&M Corpus Christi in another afternoon tip at 3 p.m. The weekend matchups will be the final test for the team before conference play begins, and another chance to improve their current record of 6-3. All three of this weekend's games will be available through ESPN+. The beginning of the semester includes a clean slate for students when it comes to campus parking citations, but it doesn't take long for some Red Raiders to rack up a ticket or two.
If you happen to be a student who has already ended up on the wrong side of the university's parking patrol, there's currently one option that may help you get your account back in order. From now through the end of this week, Tech's Transportation and Parking Services is offering a citation dismissal for a box of toaster pastries. Pop-Tarts for Tickets started last week and gives any student the chance to have one unpaid ticket forgiven by bringing in unopened Pop-Tarts that are equal in value to the cost of the citation. The pastries collected from the promotion will be donated to South Plains Food to Kids, which provides snack bags to local children to take home each weekend. Pop-Tarts for Tickets continues through this Friday, and a receipt of purchase of the items must be presented at the time of dismissal. For more information, visit parking.ttu.edu. So, Will, are you going to be taking advantage of the Pop-Tarts for Tickets promotion this week?
Well, I think it's a great idea. I really do. But I thankfully don't have any tickets, at least so far. How about yourself?
I don't have any tickets so far, but let's pray that it stays that way.
Let's hope and pray. That's right.
And that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thank you so much for joining us for the first newscast of the semester. And be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you again on Thursday.